In Cosmic Year 1, humanity, amid the boundless cosmos, established a home in the Allure Galaxy. Thus, the Cosmic Empire was born. In Cosmic Year 128, some humans migrated to the Nasia Galaxy and founded the Glory Federation. Two forces stood in opposition for hundreds of years. Meanwhile, the Chaosis Galaxy gradually rose to prominence during this era. Under external threats, the Sanctite Court, bound by an ancient faith, also saw its authority in the Empire grow with each passing day. And so, in the Cosmic Year 649, a new power struggle began to unfold under the reign of the Empire Empress. In the morning, the rising melody resounds outside my window and wakes me up from my dreams. In the Cosmic Empire, only male rulers throughout history have enjoyed this treatment, but as the Empire's future empress, I rightfully deserve it. Once the song ends, robot attendants serve pre-meal morning tea. The head housemaid begins her morning briefing.
Your Majesty, your coronation ceremonial fleet is waiting for the final confirmation. The ceremonial officials will discuss the court guard's formal attire this afternoon. Furthermore, the royal banquet hall is ready.
In the middle of sipping my drink, I pause, then I put down my teacup and use a silk napkin to dab the corners of my mouth. The scripts have arrived?
Yes, Your Majesty.
The image on the floating display changes. It reveals an interstellar bard from centuries past. This is one of the Empire's traditions. Every ruler has performed in a play at the royal palace before their coronation. This symbolizes the Empire's glory and the ruler's artistic transformation from a mortal to a national symbol. In other words, their will shall become one with the Empire's destiny.
As you requested, the plays for this performance were all selected from scripts adapted by famous interstellar bards and brought into the Empire. The theatrical celebration will last 2 weeks, and the individual who shall play the leading actor...
The holographic image switches to the banquet hall. Surrounded by nobles, two people dance together.
Since he will also share the first dance with you at the coronation ceremony, the criteria are strict.
A robot brings a silver tray with 5 distinctly styled invitations.
As per your instructions, the officiant has selected these distinguished guests. They meet the requirements. All of them hope to have the honor of sharing the first dance with you.
5 candidates. None of them is to be underestimated if they can stand out in the entire galaxy. After all, this dance represents not only the Empress's favor, but also a binding of power. Whoever stands by my side will see their faction unite with the Empire in ascent. They shall stand above countless galactic forces. Looking at the exquisite invitations before me, I reach out. My fingers glide across the cool surfaces adorned with letters. Then my hand stops on... At dawn, red carpets unfurl across the palace's plaza. Royal guards stand at attention as they prepare to welcome the Federation High Marshal, who happens to be my big brother. Caleb will be the leading actor of the play and my partner for my coronation's first dance.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the Palace Plaza. Her Majesty and the Glory Federation's High Marshal are about to meet. As for whether the ceasefire agreement between our two powers can...
The vessel slowly descends and its hatch opens to reveal a figure within. On behalf of my people, I would like to welcome our good friends from the Federation. I hope you will attend the upcoming coronation ceremony.
May the enduring friendship between the Federation and the Empire remain as brilliant as the cosmos.
After our handshake, I allow myself to smile and give him a hearty hug. Long time no see, Caleb.
It's been far too long. My little sister is about to become the Empress.
We quickly step back, yet we continue to stare at each other amidst the crowd.
Congratulations.
If you actually want to congratulate me, give me a good performance during the coronation ceremony. Caleb faces the countless camera flashes with a small smile. However, his gaze holds a subtle indifference.
Of course. I will do my best regardless of the scene in the play.
Now that the Federation's envoy have settled down, Caleb and I finally get a chance to be alone. I invite him to walk with me through the palace. This will be an opportunity to gauge his attention toward my coronation and the Federation's stance. However, when I arrive at the garden, a group of orange fluff beasts has cornered Caleb. I watch for a few seconds and can't help but laugh. He doesn't turn around.
You've been here for quite some time. Are you just going to watch?
The High Marshal isn't oft in these sorts of predicaments. I have to save it for a bit. I walk over, break the cookies on the table and scatter the pieces. The furballs immediately swarm toward their treats. Having been rescued, Caleb carefully brushes away the loose fur on his shoulder.
I didn't expect you to keep chroma puffs from the Valencia galaxy.
You have heard of them before?
Yes. Supposedly they can sense people's emotions and change their color as a warning.
His gaze falls on the orange fluff beasts that have gathered at my feet.
What emotions are they sensing now?
I walk unhurriedly, pinch a small tuft of fur from his shoulder and wave it. This reflects your emotions. Why don't you take a guess? A gust sweeps past us and carries away the orange fur. Amidst rustling, I hear Caleb's reply tinged with amusement.
Then I'll say it's anticipation.
What are you anticipating? The friendship between the Federation and the Empire? Or our meeting? These questions don't leave my mouth. He doesn't ask for details. This stems from our connection and the unspoken boundaries that two figures with authority understand. We walk through the garden, our conversation moving from the weather to political figures, then we finally reach the topic of the upcoming theatrical performance. You know very well that I have always loved a certain interstellar bard's poetry. He's a mysterious performer who suddenly appeared in the Empire several years ago.
He adapted many plays, yet you specifically chose The Heart-Hunting Forest. I suspect there's more to this than meets the eye.
The heart-hunting forest starts with a goddess of love who becomes unintentionally enamored with a hunter in the woods. A burning passion is ignited within her. The goddess attempts to keep her beloved by using love and pleasure, but he repeatedly rejects her advances. In the end, the hunter meets his demise during a hunt that seemed predestined. Devastated by the loss of her beloved, the goddess is consumed by grief. Eventually, her love transforms into an eternal curse. His blood gives rise to the world's most ephemeral yet exquisite flowers. It symbolizes that love and suffering would forever be intertwined. This adaptation is interesting. We walk along the garden's path and let the chroma puffs roll near our feet. When I first saw it, I realized how fascinating desire is, wielded properly, and it becomes a force you can harness.
And if used poorly, it controls you instead.
He slightly raises his fingers, and the remaining cookies float away to lure the almost but not quite gold chroma puffs.
Unfortunately, characters in a play can rarely tell the difference between manipulating desire and being controlled by it.
What about you? Can you tell the difference? Our gazes meet, then he takes my hand and places a tuft of orange fur in my palm.
We share the same answers for many questions. This is one of them.
Within the banquet hall, a massive white artificial full moon hangs like an ominous omen. On stage, the curtains are opened. Shrouded in darkness, I look at the thousands of spectators below.
The goddess chases a startled deer into the forest, and thus she has a fateful encounter with a hunter drinking from a stream.
In a forest clearing enveloped by thin mist, I slowly step into the light. Mortal, who are you? Moving through dew-covered roses, I block the path of the tall figure before me. Caleb has changed out of his crisp military uniform. It's a rare sight, and seeing him as a dashing hunter piques my curiosity. You have beautiful eyes. Did the reckless fairy steal the god's divine radiance and hide it within your captivating gaze?
I appreciate your compliments, my lady. Allow me to extend my sincerest apologies if my presence interrupted your stroll. I shall be off now.
Lower your bow, hunter. You are aware of my divine presence. I move closer to him. Under the mechanical firefly's soft glow, I caress his face. Lose yourself in my embrace, and I shall bestow upon you my kiss, my love, my eternal blessing.
My bow already has its target. O noble goddess, your praise is as sweet as honey, yet it cannot hold a free bird.
What free bird do you speak of? This forest belongs to me and me alone. It also includes you who stand in it. My fingertips slowly trace the contours of his face until they reach his lips. Caleb, who should have swiftly moved back, deviates from the script. He grabs my fingers to ensure I remain before him.
Even the divine cannot give me what I truly desire.
The hunter's words transform the goddess's curiosity into indignation. Then, an emotion more intense than wrath rears its ugly head. Fiery desire.
The play ends for now. I change back into the Empress's royal robes, dismiss my attendants, and head to the study. The cold wind carries a murderous intent through the corridor. I pause, then I take a few more steps and turn left. I'm greeted head-on by a tight embrace. Shocked, I look up. It's Caleb who's wearing his military uniform.
Finding you is no easy task, Your Majesty. I've always wanted to stargaze with you at the observatory. Tonight should be the perfect opportunity to do that.
Caleb firmly holds my waist. We lock eyes, and I slightly raise my eyebrow. It's just the observatory. Since the High Marshal wants to visit, we can go. The observatory's door slowly opens to reveal a brilliant sky with countless stars.
It hasn't changed.
The sky curtain has always controlled the planet's sky and climate, so there are hardly any variations. We walk near the floor-to-ceiling windows until magnificent, warm light appears on the horizon. These are the warmest, most commemorative colors that the sky curtain only displays during a monarch's coronation. Sometimes the slightest change is enough to bring people joy.
Yes. Though, these changes are also artificial.
He doesn't linger for the glow. Instead, he stops before a very small window that shows an exceptionally dark night.
You kept the window that shows the real sky.
When you live alone in a carefully constructed world for too long, it's easy to forget what reality actually looks like. Take this coronation ceremony, for instance. No matter how festive it is, we must remember the opportunists and troublesome individuals lurking about. As I speak, I give him a meaningful look. Our gazes meet and he pulls me into his arms, then he turns us halfway. Shots from several weapons fly out of a corner, but they are blocked by a barrier that materializes in midair. An invisible force lifts the assassin. Soldiers immediately emerge from the shadows. They nod at me before they drag the assassin away. At long last, it's quiet.
Indeed. It's a shame your empire leaks like a sieve. The next disturbance isn't in the distant future.
I will still be able to draw them out. The trouble they will cause is negligible. Speaking of which, you were quick to provide assistance. Are you worried about me? Do you want to help me? I look into his eyes and try to catch a glimpse of the feelings I have touched, but all I see is my reflection.
Maybe I just wanted to appreciate the night. It's unfortunate that luck wasn't on my side.
Never mind. You can keep your secrets. Besides, I point toward his heart. I will get the answer in your heart someday. The assassins have ruined the mood. Are we still going to appreciate the night? He takes my hand as we push open that window of truth together. A dark gray, real sky appears before us.
Let's appreciate this instead. A sky controlled by sky curtain might be beautiful. Yet only reality can give people a sense of meaning.
Familiar warmth passes between our fingers while the night wind disperses heat once more.
I choose reality, even if it's cruel.
After the first act of the play ends, many praise the connection between Caleb and me. Just when everyone thought the two nations might be able to coexist peacefully.
Stop!
The music pauses and I move my foot off Caleb's for the 6th time.
Your Majesty, High Marshal, forgive me for being blunt, but the first dance will represent the Empire's dignity at the coronation ceremony.
Your Majesty, we need to be more focused. My shoes aren't important, but the Empire's dignity is a serious matter.
The music starts again. I can't help but feel annoyed because of Caleb's sincere expression. The Federation recently snatched the Lauren Galaxy's long-haul vessel production line for the next year. It was done under the Empire's nose, and now they're putting on an act. But if I ask for the goods directly, he will simply make a joke and ignore it.
What are you thinking about?
Caleb's voice suddenly resounds and I snap back to reality. He tightens his grip on my hand. I was thinking about tomorrow night's performance. I flash a smile and use the music's rhythm to move closer to him. I'd like to hear your perspective. Why did the hunt refuse to accept the goddess's love?
Perhaps in the hunter's eyes, the goddess was only treating him as a plaything. Or he knew that their love was destined for tragedy. For him, an unequal love is a room without windows. Entering it would mean he must abandon his identity and purpose as a hunter. And for someone who yearns for freedom, this would be a form of self-destruction.
Do you also yearn for freedom?
We aren't the same. But I can say one thing is for certain. That kind of self-destruction would be more agonizing than having your foot stepped on 7 times.
My smile freezes, which only brings amusement to Caleb's eyes. He infuriates me to no end. I take a deep breath and continue maintaining my smile. I also think the two of you aren't alike. You're a smart man. Surely you're aware that some things are worth more than abstract notions of freedom.
That depends on what's being offered.
Mining rights to 3 resource planets on the border. In exchange, you hand over the starship production lines you stole. I cut to the chase, but Caleb laughs.
So that's why you're upset. Unfortunately, I'm not particularly interested in mining rights. Why don't we make a bet instead?
Smiling, he puts a magnetic stripe card into my hand.
But if you lose, you'll have to do me a favor. You won't be humiliated or anything of that nature. After all, I'm a clever man.
We have a deal. A new song starts to play. I take the initiative and change my moves, but he follows me perfectly.
Your dancing has improved considerably.
Is that it? As our hands separate, I take the card back. But Caleb shifts his palm. The card and I are pulled into his embrace. The struggle is discreet yet intense. The music reaches its finale, and I'm about to grasp the card when... That familiar face moves closer. My steps falter, but the song doesn't end until a second later. With hands on my waist, Caleb locks me in his embrace, his warm breath tinged with amusement.
I won.
I come to my senses only to find that Caleb has taken the card. I huff and pull away. We agreed to a deal. So what do you want?
Ever since I've returned, there have only been banquets and diplomatic obligations.
As he speaks, he grasps my wrist and his other hand brushes against my cheek. His fingers touch my hair, that's damp because of the sweat.
I'd like to have dinner with you in a few days.
The second act of the play ends and the palace has welcomed many new interstellar visitors, however.
Your Majesty, my love for you knows no bounds, and I'm willing to offer our galaxy's crystal mines as a gift. Please allow me to marry into the royal family.
The green-skinned giant with large ears and one eye is kneeling on one knee. He's offering me rare, precious flowers. I'm about to refuse when an intense, burning gaze ensnares me. Caleb. I smile at the giant. This matter concerns the Empire, so I cannot give you a direct answer. Thank you for your sentiment and the flowers. I help the giant to his feet, but the flowers are intercepted by another hand.
I see that the noble Dara Overlord has forgotten his place. Your planet's mineral transportation rights with the Federation haven't been decided yet. Isn't it premature to discuss crystal mines at this moment? Problems with the transportation process will be considered a crime with the intent of defrauding the Empire.
The giant's excitement turns to alarm, and he hurriedly departs to leave me and Caleb. You're scared of my silvery titanium crystal mines.
I wasn't aware the Empire lacked such resources.
No one would complain about having too many. As I speak, I reach for the flowers, but he raises his hand higher. Moving closer to him, I'm forced to stand on my tiptoes.
Do you want them that much?
Noticing how Caleb's mood has changed, I respond with a slight smile. I will quit while I'm still ahead. Forget it. They're just flowers. Calling them extraordinary would be an exaggeration. I have better ones. I turn and leave through the side entrance of the banquet hall. Being present for half of the event is sufficient. Caleb follows suit, and we enter the palace's crystal greenhouse. Nebula light pierces the transparent dome, and rare flora from across the cosmos bloom.
Your Majesty truly does have better flowers.
I can get anything I want, Caleb. Caleb's gaze falls on a nearby blossom.
Doesn't seem too bad. You take good care of them.
These flowers have one thing in common. I pick up a flower that has already fallen and show it to Caleb. They're like those envoys with marriage proposals. They can't protect themselves, so they seek my protection. But you're different, Caleb. I approach him and look into his eyes. Caleb, why did you actually return here? I place my fingers on his chest and feel that strong heartbeat. The Empire's approval, the Empress's favor. You gained all of that when I chose you to be my leading actor. His fingers slightly twitch, the flower in my hand spins and floats before he grasps it.
I'm extremely greedy. I want the Empire's most precious treasure.
The most precious. An answer seems to form in the depths of my heart, but his attitude these past days leaves me uncertain. My guess can't be incorrect. I refuse to be the first one to lose. If you want the most precious treasure here, you will have to exchange it for something with the greatest value. More and more people are eyeing Lawrence's long-haul vessel. Can the Federation dominate the entire market by themselves? As I say this, I take Caleb's hand. Why don't you let the Empire take a share? You will benefit from it. Caleb pulls away and my heart sinks. But then he moves closer and places the flower in my hair.
Let's wait until your coronation's first dance ends. Then we can discuss collaborations. This is the treasure I want.
All you want is one dance?
Yes. For me, it's already precious.
After losing the bet to Caleb, I'm soon greeted by the day when we will have dinner together. However, I didn't expect him to dress me up as a lady in waiting before we left the palace. What made you decide to carry out this secret outing?
In the palace, it's nothing but official business or societal obligations. And after a while, it's easy to grow tired of it all. And Your Majesty, don't forget I'm from the Federation. I haven't gotten the chance to explore the Empire.
Even though Caleb says those words, he orders a table's worth of the Empire's signature dishes once we sit down at the restaurant.
Try some.
He picks up a chicken wing covered in green sauce for me. Its skin is crispy and the sauce is fragrant and the juices burst from the tender meat. This authentic imperial cuisine.
I lied to you earlier. If I don't have business to attend to, I explore the Empire sometimes.
I assumed that was the case.
I told the restaurant's owner I wasn't a local, so he recommended a multitude of signature dishes. I even tried the chilled bitter petal salad.
I'm surprised to hear this. That's a specialty, but it's too bitter. You actually ate it.
I did.
I'm certain you drank at least 3 large bottles of water.
It's a shame you weren't there. I would have asked you to partake in my suffering.
He's jesting, but the truth is, ever since we were children, he has never let me truly suffer from life's bitterness. After dinner, we walk through the streets. The lights stay on as they shine over the path we take. The atmosphere is lively and carefree.
And then she drove away the vicious interstellar pirates and protected the kind imperial citizens. Everyone lived happily ever after.
The cheering gradually fades behind us as we walk away. Suddenly, the wind picks up and a piece of paper soars in the air. An unseen force controls the fluttering document. It falls into Caleb's hands. It unfolds to reveal childish brushstrokes that outline bustling streets and everyone smiles.
Sometimes what children see is the actual reality.
A warm feeling blooms in my heart as I look at Caleb. Countless lights illuminate his eyes. Caleb,
Yes?
this is why I want power. Beneath the sky curtain's illusory veil, I want to protect what's real, and I need more power to help me do that. I direct my steadfast gaze at him. The implications are clear.
Are you saying this is the Empress? Or is you?
Which one would you say yes to? Caleb doesn't provide a direct answer. Instead, he takes my hand and gives me the drawing.
You should return it. Make this drawing come to life just as you've always done.
I give the paper to the girl. She smiles, expresses her thanks, and then runs off to throw herself into her parents' arms. Thank you, Caleb. I look at him, but he shakes his head.
People don't care about who wields authority. Rather, they're interested in whether or not a leader can bring them happiness. What I can promise is, whoever has dominion will get what they want. Do you still wish to thank me?
He looks at me, the amusement in his eyes tinged with fleeting distance. That subtle separation is captured by my outstretched hand. It's transformed into surprise and brightness. This is enough, Caleb. Dawn has yet to greet the world. Outside the hunting lodge, mist permeates damp, cold air. Red moonlight creates an ominous atmosphere for the scene. As everyone watches, the performance between me and Caleb reaches its climax.
Having foreseen her lover's inevitable death, the goddess has arrived to stop it. Alas, it will be her last futile attempt.
You would rather love that treacherous, unpredictable forest. I offered my everything to you.
Your love will devour me until not even a shadow remains. I refuse to accept that fate.
His tone should have been resolute and cold, yet I can hear the boiling emotions he's trying to suppress. I touch his chest. I'm not interested in vague responses. I only want one answer from you. Do you love me? He stares at me, and his heartbeat that's under my palm feels real and hot. Yet before I kiss him, he turns away.
I cannot kiss you. I'd rather face the beast's fangs head on. Even if I must welcome death, it shall be done as myself.
The hunter grabs his spear, his determination unwavering. The goddess realizes that in the debate between freedom and love, she has been defeated. She decides to set him free.
Caleb turns his back and his figure disappears into the shadows. The lights go out. In the silent darkness, a beast's roars prophetically resound. The lights return and fangs have actually pierced Caleb's chest. Warm blood covers my hands. I'm momentarily stunned.
The goddess arrives only to find her lover's cold corpse. Her love and her power are meaningless in the face of death. Sweet honey transforms into a fiery poison. A gift of abundance turns into an eternal curse. Her curse is cast with a kiss. In this world, love shall forever be accompanied by loss.
With love and hatred tinged in desperation, I lower my head to kiss those cold lips. Now your kiss belongs to me. The performance ends and the curtain falls. We are separated from the thunderous applause. Behind the curtain, Caleb and I look at each other in silence until his warm fingers touch the corner of my eye. I come to my senses.
It's been a long time since I've seen you cry.
The moisture on my cheeks disappears under his gentle touch, but I turn my head and move away from his fingers. I compose myself. With a gentle smile, I raise my head. Maybe they were tears of joy. After all, I almost lost a formidable opponent.
You're more than welcome to try again. But I don't want to have any regrets before I die.
He pulls my waist closer, and a kiss consumed in burning passion descends. It's brief, yet when our gazes meet, the emotions in his eyes seemingly last a long time. Our intertwined breaths separate. For a moment, I can't even tell whose heart is racing. I push him away and take several steps back. Caleb, the play has ended. Getting lost in your role isn't a good thing.
I've always known the difference between a play and reality.
We would like to invite our esteemed Empress.
A voice from offstage reaches our ears. We are pulled back into the present. But Caleb takes my hand.
It's time for our curtain call. Come. Until the curtain falls, at least we'll walk together toward the end.
The play concludes. Afterward, I'm so busy that I barely have a moment to breathe, and I haven't seen Caleb since. On the day of the coronation ceremony, I find myself wanting to see him. When I find Caleb, he's reading. He doesn't appear to be surprised when he sees me.
Your Majesty has been busy with the preparations for the coronation. No one could find you even if they tried. I'm curious, why are you visiting me on the day you wear the crown? Are you anxious?
A little. After a moment of hesitation passes, I decide to be more honest. He takes my hand and reveals a gentle smile.
No wonder your hands are cold. Anyone who didn't know better might think your Majesty's royal robes weren't warm enough.
Caleb! The unease in my heart disappears, but I don't want to show the change he caused.
I'm here to visit you, and all I get is a joke or two?
I know. I shouldn't have done that. It's not too late to prepare an announcement. During your coronation, the Imperial citizens will learn that the Empire belongs to the Federation. Since you refuse to do it, you can let me handle this task.
I scoff, take back my hand, and hit the book he's holding.
The High Marshal should focus on reading. We will have plenty of time in the future.
At last, the coronation ceremony begins. Under the watchful eyes of the crowd, I stand on the steps covered in red carpet. The magnificent yet heavy crown is placed upon my head.
I swear to defend the Empire's territory and glory until I breathe my last.
The weight of the crown presses down on every word I speak. My gaze meets Caleb's from across the room. This is the 4th time it has happened since the coronation ceremony began.
You've been watching me all along.
As if he can hear my thoughts, he makes eye contact with me whenever I look in his direction.
Then keep looking. I know you will always be by my side. The role you will play, it doesn't matter.
The coronation ceremony ends and the celebration begins in the magnificent banquet hall. Amidst the music, Caleb and I stand at the center to begin the first dance.
Are you happy?
It shouldn't be a surprise.
He chuckles softly and a cool sensation travels from our hands to settle around my wrist. I look down to find a bracelet that's brilliantly sparkling.
This is for me.
Yes. It's carved and polished from silvery titanium crystals. You said you wanted it before.
Oh.
My thoughts return to that evening's banquet. The statement was nothing more than a test.
Caleb, can you give me anything I want?
Is my answer important? You're a real empress now. You can have anything you desire.
I'm about to speak, but I'm guided into doing a spin. Then I settle back into his embrace.
But even with her boundless divine power, the goddess still couldn't win the hunter's heart.
Our steps move in sync, always close, they advance and retreat.
You aren't a goddess blinded by desire. And I'm not a hunter who's powerless against his fate. We'll have a better ending. And it will be our own ending.
As his words fall, the song concludes. The applause continues for a long time. Caleb's gaze slowly moves from my crown to my face.
Before any title or role, you'll always be yourself in my heart.
Another song starts to play, and people pair up and step onto the dance floor. We are at the center of it.
May I have another dance?
Smiling, he looks at me. I tightly grasp his hand.
Of course.
We hold each other once more. The dance is as long as the time that belongs only to us. It will never end.